battles. This will be a new little series that I'll be doing on Fishing Midwest every week until the ice fishing season ends. The jig battles is all based on comparing two jigs and seeing which one best works to catch fish in the winter ice fishing season, and which one looks best underwater to a human standpoint. But I'm going to show you a couple little jigs which will compete. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Fishing Midwest, and stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. The first jig that I want to show you, which I'll be competing today, is a little Northland jig. Bluegill series. It's a very, very small, versatile jig as far as default regular jigging goes. It's a little bit different versus other jigs, mostly because it's a oval shaped. It's thin. It's different. It's got a holograph tape on it, and the eyes on here aren't even painted on, as you can see right there. It's got the same eyes as a little crankbait does, and it's very interesting, very unique. You can tell that Northland spent a lot of time on this jig, and they really wanted it to catch fish. Again, like I said, this is a very interesting jig. It comes in multiple colors, including yellow, blue, and green. I definitely recommend this for crappie and bluegill, possibly even perch. I've actually caught my largest bluegill as far as ice fishing goes on this jig right here. The next jig that I'd like to show you, which will be competing today, is a little cicada. This can be qualified as a jig or a spoon. It's very interesting as far as its shape and size goes. If you've ever fished these cicadas before, you know that they're mostly a cast and retrieve bait, not really a jigging bait. Well, the cicada series had actually came up with a little ice fishing version of their products. As you can see right here, it looks like a little bug. And rather than having one hook on here and having it be totally stable on the jig, it's got two little half trebles almost, almost missing the the third hook on this little guy, almost like an incomplete treble. And what this does is it allows you to put two baits, two maggots on each side of the hook, and allowing two or more bluegill to come from either or side. And I find this is a very, very unique and simple way of catching fish from each angle, rather than having a jig, which is having the hook on one side. And that's one thing you want to always keep in contact with is the fact that, well, maybe as my jig doesn't have enough hooks. Almost like Rapella came out with that one kind of / jig crankbait that had one hook on the front and one hook on the back and a treble at the bottom. And what they were doing is they were adding different sides to ice fishing. And let's say a fish comes at it from the rear, they've got a hook to hook on it. If a fish comes at it from the nose, they've got a hook to hook on it. And if it comes from below, it's got a hook to hook on it. And I think that's what the cicada series has been doing right here. Creates two sides for the bluegill or crappie to be hooked on. So let's see what these guys look like in the water, and you tell me which one wins. Okay, the first jig that I'll be showing you is the Northland, and here it looks like in the water, as you can see. It's very lively, and again, it's got a really quick up and down motion. And all I'm doing is very lightly twitching my rod. As you can see right there, this has a very, very slick, fast up and down movement. This thing could even be jigged off of rocks, though it is a little bit unbalanced because of its shape and size. More of a two-dimensional look rather than a three-dimensional sphere like most other jigs. I think that's one part where this jig goes wrong. As you can see right there, I'm trying to leave it on the hook on the rock, but it then just falls off, mostly because it's not a balanced jig. Very interesting. I think I like the fact that it's very fast, and it would look really good with a maggot or some kind of attractant in the back. Hey guys, welcome back. The second jig, which is the cicada, which I'll drop in the water, and I'll have you guys see what it looks like. As you can see right there, it's got a very bright golden color. One thing I do like about this jig is the fact that the tail end of it kicks up in the air, almost creating a mimicking minnow sort of look, attracting fish from far distances. And again, this would definitely attract fish in low light conditions, especially if you're fishing in 20 to 15 feet of water. Right there, as you can see, the hook is a little bit too high for me, and I think that if it was a little bit lower, it would be easier to set the hook on a bluegill or a little perch or a crappie. Though I think for bass this is a perfect jig, mostly because bass have larger mouths, and whether it be a small or large bass, and they could definitely get their mouth around both of those hooks and it's almost like a reinsurance that you've got 2 hooks in the bass when you're trying to reel it up, not just one, which is much better when you're trying to bring a fish to the ice. So I've pretty much showed you what this guy looks like in the water, and I've also talked about the different characteristics. So please leave a comment in the comment section below telling me which jig you think won this battle. Until next time, you're watching Fishing in the West Jig Battles, and hope you guys enjoyed.